Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna finish this video. It's a long video, but I don't care. This is update. I'm not talking to myself. Aha, my tomatoes. I've been trying to give them away. Nobody wants them. But I did take 12 of them and put them in I got a community garden up at the, up at the Y. They got a community garden. So I put 12 of them up there. Oh, back on my chickens. So I think I got roughly, uh, they said if somebody you get attacked by, you know, Satan, the Lord will increase you. So I had 10 birds. Dog killed them all. Now probably roughly in the range of 30. So I'll be definitely filling up a 5-gallon bucket. It might be a bucket and a half. I'm assuming from my past calculations, it might be a bucket and a half eggs a week. Once they get to popping, literally, start popping the eggs out their bellies. And that's a lot of eggs. That's great. And that'll be my contact with the community is eggs. This garden is probably mostly for me, but if you're doing eggs just for you, in all honesty, I mean, for most people, 3 chickens would probably be enough. I mean, depending on how many people you get, three to 5 chickens, man, you have more eggs than you know what to do with. But I'm seeing these red ants around here. I've never seen red ants. Let's have one dump on me. So I always seen black ants. These are big red ants. But yeah. That's it. I got a weed, and I got to put on my knee pads. That was one coop. Let's count them. One in the back here. Just past those pallets. That's 2 coops. There's the tiny house. It's tinier than you think. And there's number 3. So 3 coops, 19 to 20 beds, however you want to count it. 30 chickens, 50 birds. That's what it is. That's the homestead. It's the weeding weekend for all you 420 fans. I do not smoke weed. Somebody told me I look like I smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I smoked once in my lifetime. Smoking is a sin. I never smoked weed. I was smoking cigars. I was just stressed out. Smoking is bad. Don't smoke. The Lord gave you a breath. Don't put smoke in your breath, okay? No. That's the Lord. That's the Lord, man. Don't put smoke in it. That's bad. You're trying to kill yourself. He gave you life, live it. Don't kill yourself. Demons try to kill you. So, this asparagus is still here. I don't really know how to do asparagus. I just planted it. But I do know you get it good in the second year. So, my goal is when they start laying here, hopefully in September. Like right now I get quail eggs. I get 6 or 7 a day, which makes 7 times 7 is what? Help me out, do some math. Let's say 6, because it's not always 7. I'll say 6. Sometimes I think I'm getting yesterday's eggs. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 is 12. I'm cheating with this math. It's 42. I get 42 eggs, quail eggs a week at this point. I need to hatch some of these quails and add them to the bunch because my quails might get old. They didn't lay the first year because they wasn't getting enough light. I installed that light. They started laying immediately. And I put that light in. Literally the next day they started laying. That was amazing. And now I'm getting roughly, I'll say 42 eggs a week. I mean, they're tiny, but that's plenty. I started out with 20 some birds. I think I might have lost a couple. It's hard to count them. But I think I got like, it's more males than there are females. That's why they fighting all the time. I think I got 6 to 8 males, 6 to 8 females, I believe. So I definitely need to, I might get into building another incubator. I ordered an incubator. It was too good to be true online. It ain't shipped. They keep saying they get my order ready. That's why it's so cheap. I don't think I'm getting it. I think I got ripped off. So I might just build another incubator with the styrofoam and put the fresh eggs in there. Now that I'm here every day, I can turn them manually. Or I can just build one and put that turner in there. That'll be something. Yep. I was trying to incubate eggs last winter, which that was pretty hard because it was so cold out. Trying to keep the temp. And I think the eggs were 2 weeks old. They're only good for 7 days before you incubate them. So that's why people say, well, you got the chickens, eggs. These are egg chickens. It's mostly eggs. If I get bored, I may butcher one, but I don't think people are like, you're not going to eat those chickens, are you? This your pets. Like, I don't have pets. These are my workers. We have a relationship. It's an association going on here. Oh, these are my employees. But quail's edible too. You can eat quail. That's good eating. It's kosher meat. The Lord allows it. Yeah, if I get going the way I'm praying, it's gonna have. I need to count these birds, but let's just be frugal and say 21 eggs a day times 7 is what? I have to do the math on that. I'm embarrassing myself on camera because people are like, man, you should be able to come up with that. You can't spit it out. Can't think. No coffee, man. Been off coffee for 3 weeks. I think going on a month. I drank some chai tea this morning. It was delicious. I had to get sleep now, which is good. A lot of stuff has changed since I stopped drinking coffee. When you're on a drug, usually that drug allows you to tolerate certain stuff. And you get off the drug, and you ain't tolerating it no more. Certain stuff and certain people. You be like, no, man, they cool. Like, no, they're not cool. Get the fuck up out of here. You're not cool. You ain't doing what I asked you to do. So you need to leave. You need to vacate the premises. Anyway, that's what happens when people stop smoking weed. They wake up and they realize they're like, these friends I got, they're not my friends. I don't know why I've been hanging out with you. That's what happens when you get sober. And yes, coffee is a drug. They call it a working man's drug. I'm doing different work now. I don't need the coffee. Okay, this is the second part to the update. This is a long update. And if you watched all of this, you must love me. And trust me, I love you back. I really do. So, I need to comb my hair. Thank you, Shakayla, for that sign. There it is. Thumbs up. Damn. That ain't Facebook, that's real. So I'm finna get to work, do the rest of my chores, wash my little dishes, This pomegranate tree is still here, man. I swear I ran this thing over with a tractor trailer, a backhoe. That's before I built this house. Um, with that trailer, I mean, it's all on accident. He said I got these things here so I can not run it over again. But it's still here. It's if this tree survived, man, this is a hell of a tree. It was I brought that tree when I first got here. It's in a bad spot, but if it stays, I'm gonna keep it. It's you know I'm gonna build the deck. I'll just skip it. I'll go around it because it deserves it. That or I'm gonna have to dig it up and put it somewhere else. But that thing been ran over by a backhoe when I built this place, and I parked my trailer here when I had to get it off the street. I ran it over. I didn't know I was running it over. That was before this was here. The trailer was all the way back to here before this bed was here. And there goes. That's what I did with the backhoe. That's like a drain. That drain reaches all the way, wraps around the house, and there's rocks and like a French drain on top of it to keep, to keep that water from building up there. Yeah, I did a little landscaping before I built the temporary tiny house shed. I gotta finish this place too. I gotta do the soffit and the fascia on that place. But yeah, man, that pomegranate tree is still there, man. That's amazing. Cause I swear I ran it over with everything I own, and it's still there. So let's get a tree a thumbs up. Give the chickens thumbs up. Thumbs up. I still got to build another pen for the turkeys some kind of way. And I got to build a run for these guys so they can get out and get some sun. They cooped up in there like they in prison. They in this. Let me give you a look at them. In here with them, he thinks he's a chicken, is another turkey. Well, she thinks she's a chicken. Let me see if she's the biggest one. This is the mixed batch. She's the one with the freckle coat. You see? She's that one right there. The gray. That's the turkey. The other turkeys was whooping everybody's ass, including her, so I left her with the chickens and separated them. They were that one and the white bird. They was gonna which I'm wondering if that's the rooster. I'm thinking that might be a rooster. But they was pecking hell out of her. Unless that's the time, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he gave me all female birds. I asked, I think he knew. He just said, "Oh yeah, just buy it." I wanted a tom, but I think these were sex birds. So I gotta find a tom. Turkey time. Anybody got a turkey, male turkey? Let me know. I'll find it when I'm ready. Yeah, I gotta build a run for that. Boom. I'm not doing that this weekend. All I'm doing this weekend is weeding. Today I'm relaxing. It's the Sabbath. Supposed to be doing that anyway. But I'm gonna weed, and I'm not gonna build anything. I may build something next weekend. And that's it. I'm gonna put the knee pads on, put my music on, bam, 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 down. Finish what's left of my household chores, which I gotta wash the dishes. Yes, I'm doing the old-fashioned way. So everything's watered, everything's fed. It takes me an hour and a half. I'm recapping. It takes me an hour and a half to do my chores. Hour if I'm, focus. Hour and a half if I add some extra stuff in there. That's including like picking up, like getting kudzu and putting it in, feeding them the kudzu, the seed, watering all these plants by hand, which I don't have a watering system in place because that water bill is ridiculous with that sprinkler coming on every day for 10 minutes. Last year, that was horrible. My water bill got up to $200, so I can't do it. Now it's like $20, $30, because I just water by hand. I just, it saves a lot of water. I water every day, but I do it by hand. I don't have a sprinkler out here shooting water all across the sky. So, yeah, hour and a half, do my chores. An hour if I'm diligent, vigilant. Um, that's include feeding the chickens, watering the birds, this and that. Um, I'm getting 42 quail eggs a week. This ain't much for quail eggs, they're tiny. But my forecast is, I gotta do that math. I'm hoping I end up getting closer to, I'm hoping I end up getting close to 21 eggs a day, or something like that. That's what I would like. But generally, it only comes out to be, I mean, if you sold them, you're talking about, if I sold all the eggs that I'm forecasting, it's not much. It'd be like $12 a day or something. But over time, like that little bit of, if I had $10, $12 a day, over a month's time, that adds up to be something. What's 30 times 10? 300. Yeah, it would definitely pay for their feed, and it'll be something to reinvest into, like, um, a incubator or something like that. It's a slow grind. It's a slow, you know what I'm saying? It's all extra. But the biggest thing for now, the first thing is that I get to eat fresh eggs. If you haven't had a fresh egg, you don't know what you're missing. Well, let me tell you about it. They're delicious and nutritious. It tastes like something. It tastes good, man. That's all. I mean, when I say fresh, I mean not refrigerated. Fresh. So they don't last so long not refrigerated. I don't know how long the eggs you eating are. I know the food you eating is freshest. I'm talking about the freshest of fresh. Unless you get it from a farmer's market that they picking it the day before, or even that week before. That's sometimes if you getting it from them. But the freshest you getting it is 2 weeks. Most of the food you getting is not the freshest fresh. Is a month old. I'm talking about your fresh fruits and vegetables. It's been sitting somewhere for a month. So to eat fresh food is a blessing, man. I'm trying to tell you. You eat a cucumber that's fresh that you picked yesterday or today or this morning. You're eating living food, and it's alive. It's fresh. Usually it's raw. Most of the stuff you eat out the garden, except some greens, you're not gonna cook. But you're eating living food, and you're going to feel the difference. I'm telling you, you'll see the difference. That's the number one priority of what I'm doing. That's one of the priorities. Second priority, the second thing is this is security protocol. I mean, that's the best way I can tell you. Food is your security. Like, knowing how to do this is vital, literally. It's essential to your life. You think some stuff that you think is important. I don't know if you ever fasted, but food's pretty important, man. Yeah, I mean, you see, don't feed these chickens, for a day, and watch how they start acting. You know what I'm saying? People the same way. Let them go without food and water. You're not gonna last very long without water. So I got to work on my water system. I want to put up. I want to catch rain catchment. I'm not gonna dig no well. I'm gonna just catch rain and put it in a tank. I need to do it on every coop too, and make that their water. That would be nice. But I'm babbling. I'm wasting time making long videos. That's the update. It's not very exciting. It's a weed day. And I almost don't want to do it, but I told myself I would do it, so I'm going to get out here. It's the middle of the day. It's hot. Um, I might delay before I get out here for the afternoon. But, yep, that's it. So, let's just be 19 beds, 30 chickens, 20 quails, 5 turkeys. That's the report. That's what I've generated. I've been working on all of this stuff. Beginning of this year. This is a long digging spring because all of these beds right here, these the 2 big ones in the back, and that blueberry bed, I did all of those these springs. Let me show you. All of these in the front, all of this. Why not? Let me keep going. I did this one, this one, this one, this one, that one, this one, that one, because that's 2 beds. This one, it's a weak bed, but it's a bed. This one, that's a keyhole. This one, this is traditional rows. You can't see them because of the weeds. You see row, row, row. All of these little rows of corn back here. All of this. I did all these this spring. So, all of these beds I did this spring. I was very sore. Me and the pickaxe and the wheelbarrow and the shovel. This I did this spring. These two holes that I caught myself trying to put fish in. We're still, still working on that. This bed here, I did this spring. That bed with tomatoes, I did this spring. This bed where these blueberries are, you don't know if you can see it clearly, but it's like 3 rows of blueberries there. I did that this spring. And those 2 keyholes is way in the back, where those beans are. I'm not gonna walk down there, but those 2 keyholes, I'll give you a peek. I think I posted pictures of them when they was clear and visible. It's still a working process. So, them back there. I did all those this spring. I was out here pickaxing and shoveling my life away. So what I'm saying is, now these other beds, I did these last year and the year before. So this one, that one, this one with all these wonderful cabbages in them. Ain't they pretty? And this one, which is hardly anything in here, but I'm gonna have to add compost to all of these because I'm gonna put some in here this summer. Here, there's some more kudzu and feed the chickens. Keep growing, man, because they love you. So them 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that bed where the blueberries and the, because that's actually a bed, it's bushes and trees. It's blueberries and fig trees over there. Those beds, I did those last year. But this spring I did all these beds with all them piles of compost I made last winter. It was a lot of work. And so the first year with the beds, you're gonna have a lot of weeds. Because the weeds are there. Like if you see here, man, this is just, I haven't really had to weed this. This here from last year. I put these cabbages in last winter, and I don't think I picked hardly any weeds out of there because it's already established. So usually what you put in there, when you start a bed though, you're gonna have a lot of weeds. And I might be making a long video because I don't want to work today. But when you start the bed, you're gonna have a lot of weeds, and you're gonna have a lot of weeds. And then the second year, You know, you add more material to it. You add, there goes my new pile of compost. It was that tall. Now since it's done broke down, I might turn it this weekend. That's the old pile. If I dig into theirs, that stuff is probably good and black. They had a lot of vines in it, might have, but that stuff is broke down. That's from last winter. But if you're gonna have a lot of weeds. The second year though, not so much. You add more compost to it. You know, you rotate your stuff. Don't plant cabbage. Like, you know, I don't want to come here. What I don't want to do is plant cabbage and brassica here next season. Because see, like whatever's eating its plants, it's gonna be here waiting for it. So you change your crops around. Like if I want another tall crop, this is a really nice head of cabbage, man. Look at that. It's like the size of a softball. That's what's up, man. Who wants some cabbage? I ain't gonna lie to you, like half this stuff I'm probably gonna give away. That's usually what happens. There's no way I can eat all of this. Cook it. That's why I know eventually I'll be at the farmer's market. But unless I had like a wonderful wife that cooked all of my meals and something like that. Some girls just try to sell me meal prep. You know, I wish I had a girl that just did meal prep. That sounds like a rap lyric. Even if I did, I mean, there's no way. You know, that's the point though. I grow way more than I can eat because if the shit hit the fan, people are coming. You're gonna have to feed some people. Don't be selfish. Don't be greedy, okay? You're gonna share with nature and you're gonna share with your neighbors. And you give it away at first. Eventually they're gonna buy it. I gave her my eggs and it wasn't long for people to say, hey man, how much for the eggs? They're gonna take the free ones. They're gonna come back and buy them. Or when you sell them, that's how they're gonna know about you, that you gave them away. But the first year you're gonna have weeds, man. So when you dig these beds and they look like this right here is a good example. This is part of this bed. There's like you probably can't see it because it's going to seed and it's covered up, but there's like a shape here. It's like little cross walkways in there. It's still there. You just can't see it because the plant's falling all over the place. So when I finish taking them seeds up, you know, the bed's still there. But like this right here, like this bed, part of the bed don't look like that part of the bed. That part of the bed is stuff growing. This, you know, it's stuff growing here, but it's struggling. When you first do your beds, or your plot or whatever, your rows or whatever you're doing, whether it's a keyhole or raised bed or rows like I got in the back, traditional fern rows. The first year, man, you can't get discouraged, you know, because it don't look so great. You just keep adding material, keep working it, and you know, you probably looking at people online that their gardens are like 10 years old. Like you can't think that your garden is going to look like that your first year. So some people come out and they do something, they say, oh man, look at my garden, it looks so sorry. I don't have a green thumb. Well, nobody thumbs are green. You looking at somebody's beds that's been there for 10 years. Like it's so much organic. You stick your toe in there and you might grow. Like it's so much good stuff in that soil. That's not them beds they got that you looking at somewhere online, a picture you see. That is not what's in your backyard. Like you gotta add material, work the soil, get you a compost pile, or buy you some compost or get some manure. You know, collect your leaves, put them in the pile. You gotta do all that, and it ain't gonna happen this year. It was a guy, for example, it was a guy to ask me. You know, he's thinking about, oh, I want to grow some marijuana. I said, man, you might want to get you a garden before they make it legal, because you're gonna start trying to grow and you ain't never grew nothing. So, but the first year, you know, your bed may look like this, you know. So this don't look like, or one part of your bed may look like the other. But the second year, this is a good example of a second year bed. I put these in It's some onions or something in between there. There's other stuff in between there. I put it there, but I put this in, and look at the soil. Look at that. Look at that. See how black that is? Um, I put that there though. You gotta understand, like I put that there. But this is the second year. This is the second time for this bed. Last year I had in this bed I had I forget what I had, but I think I had ginger in this bed, and I had something else. But I planted these last fall, and I'm probably gonna harvest them this June sometime because it's before the bugs get them. But when I planted these, I didn't really have to weed. I think I maybe weed a little bit one time. I didn't have to weed much. And look at this. Look at these cabbages. So when I take these cabbages out of here, yep, I'm gonna add some more material, what they call amending soil. I'm gonna add some more compost, which is basically what it is. Add some more nutrient, boom, and plant something else. And like this bed is lacking. I need to add a lot more material here. Probably need to add another board down here because I think all my stuff just coming out. Probably need to add another board underneath. I might do a little work like that. But the second year with these beds, they'll look like this. The first year, like this, the first year bed. I done weeded through here twice. I'm gonna have to weed through here again. You know, this kind of maybe a second year bed. I put some stuff in here, but I didn't really work this soil. This was kind of like the first year. This was like a garage when they had the plastic over it. I put the plastic back this winter, but I used that like a garage or a storage space. But your first year, you're gonna look like your garden gonna look like this, man. This is what your garden gonna look like. People gonna be looking like, what the fuck kind of weed forest is you growing? Your second and third year, your garden look like this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. They got ways out there for you to do this stuff where you can have a bed like this the first year up. Some of these what they call them, urban farmers, and you can do that. But the truth be told, like you're gonna have to invest in like tarp. You're gonna be putting in work. You can do that where you tarp it, put the stuff on, poke the holes in it. You don't have no weeds. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta invest in like tarp. Like right now, you know how many tarps I have, and then working over tarps and stuff like that. I'm not into that. Not right now. One, for I ain't got the money. Two, it's a lot of time consuming. And three, I'm not trying to go straight to market with what I'm doing. I'm working more in the natural sense. So that's what I'm doing. But if you do it this way, you know, your second year will be more productive. Your third year will be more productive. You know, and you'll once you and then you dig in. Like I worked real hard this spring. You know, and I know not to expect a lot of, but I know the hard work I put in this spring, um, is gonna give me back. I mean, these beds are gonna be here for another, you know, until I get rid of them. 10 years. So I put in, you know, it's like a lot of work, and people are like, what are you doing? Well, I'm making an investment in the soil. I'm gonna get like a 10 to 20 year outcome. Like these beds will be here as long as I'm here. Add material to them, they'll be here, and I'll tell you, they'll probably be weed free. Like some stuff will fall, but when you come and add the material, you know, they'll be weed free. And you wait, you mark my word. If you're here next year, next spring, right? What is this? This May. It's gonna be June. You here next April, and you see what these beds look like. Mark my word, man. You see what this blueberry patch look like next year. Oh, speaking of blueberries, let me show you this. It's a long video. Look at that. Some of them are turning blue. Can you see that? Hey, they were green, now they turn purple. Bam, some of them are blue. Got some blueberries. I did not, you're supposed to not let these fruit the first year. I know these vines that I put in here are not 1 year olds. I know they're at least 2, 3 year old. They've been in the pot for 2, 3 years. So if you don't let them fruit when you first put them in the ground, they grow way bigger. I didn't do that, so all my blueberries are pretty small. And I just learned that. So the next set that I put in somewhere, I won't let them fruit. But hey, you put in the first year, you're not gonna get a lot, but you put in an investment. Think of it like a 10-year thing. You know what I'm saying? So I got one bed that I brought the dirt for, and if I'm not mistaken, that was this bed. One of these beds, I purchased the soil, literally, like a lot of compost, whatever, and that's easy. Like at the community garden, I spent $50, I believe. Which is a lot of goddamn money these days. But um, that garden, because I'm gonna be working around there, um, all the tomatoes and all that stuff, I'm gonna be eating that stuff for lunch. So, if you look for the rest of the summer, that $50 is way cheaper than the groceries when you think about it. Like all the food you get, it's way cheaper than groceries. So I put a $50 investment in that bed, and that thing, if that thing's there next year, hopefully I'll be in the same one. But this year, even $50 for this year, you know how much you spend on groceries. Like it's literally tomatoes and eggplants. I think it's some squash there. But tomato and salt, man, you add something else to it, man, you got lunch. Real talk. Like, but yeah, your beds are not gonna be um, magnificent the first time around. The potato bathtub didn't work out. Let's figure out something else to do with the bathtub. But the beds are not. They might look like this, and you really can't. You probably have to be in a helicopter to see. It's got like a pretty design to it. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if you can see it. It's a little like it's a long path there, and there's little short paths. 1, 2. It's like 3 little short paths. It's a nice design. But once you put the bed there, it's there. Sometimes you may not be able to recognize what it looked like, but it's an investment. That's all I can tell you. It's an investment. So if you think about it like you're gonna get something right away, you're not. You gotta have some patience. And if you walk up on this, like I need to cut this grass out here. But if you walk up on this and you don't know what you're looking at, you be like, this dude needs to take care of his yard. That's why people don't like gardens in the front yard. But fuck those people. We don't like those people. But if you know what you're looking at, you'll be like, okay, you got stuff going to seed. Maybe need to cut that path. But this is first year bed. I understand that. That's a first year bed. I'm gonna give you some pictures because I know this is a long video. 2 long videos. I'll give you some pictures after I weed. I think I can take a picture in here. Take a before picture. These wasps and these bees, they really investigate me. I don't know what I smell like today. Let me see. I'll take these before pictures and post them. And I'll take some after pictures of me weeding. And let's see what it looks like. This is an unfinished. You can't even see it. It's 2 holes in the ground here, and it's a figure 8. You can't really see it, but it's an unfinished project that I'm working on. I ran out of sweat. I got plenty of blood and tears, but I ran out of sweat on that one. I think I'm gonna finish that one probably in the fall or something. But I'm gonna take a picture of this too, so you can see after I weed. And my weeds gonna be kind of going compost. But that's it. I'm not gonna recap no more because I done recap 3 times. I know I repeat myself. I know I say stuff over and over again. And I know some people think it's irritating. That's okay. I can be irritating. So, hey, Mr. Chicken. I mean, Miss Chicken. Um, After I weed, I'll take another picture. Like this right here, this is a good example. This is first year bed. I haven't weeded this, but it's got a lot of weeds. Not as much as it could be more. Like back there, it's a shitload of weeds. Here is not a lot of weeds because this was a walking path. And these green peppers, you kind of wonder if they're gonna do anything, but I think they might make it. They're getting eaten by some, but I think they might make it. But like over here, you know, this is the first year bed, and it's doing great. These cucumbers are amazing. So this here is the first year bed, and these these beets doing okay. You know, this kale, considering this lateness, it's coming into the summer. Like this kale is a cold weather crop. It's doing okay. It's like a dinosaur kale. It's not a very sunny spot. It gets some midday sun. That gets some high sun over there. But as you can see, it's a lot of weeds. Like I said, I'm gonna come in here and weed today. That's all I'm doing this weekend is weeding. It's a lot of weeds, and this is the first year bed, so there's a lot of weeds back here because that's what it is. But next year, this will be a different story. So I got a bunch of different things going on here, and some people are looking at it like, this madness. No, it's not. They got rows back here. I got some keyholes. It's not madness. They're kind of experiments. I got keyholes. These are keyholes, which I like the keyholes so far. I got some T-shaped beds. I got just regular raised beds. Got bordered raised beds. That's another keyhole. You see the little U-shaped thing? It's keyhole. I got what you call blocks, where it's just all planted in like a block. This is a block of corn. That's a block of sunflowers. That's a block of corn. Them beets is like a block. You don't really go in there except to harvest. See that? That's just a block. It's kind of in rows, but it's just a block. This one, they all so close together. And as you see, they don't need much weed. There's some little stuff trying to grow under there, but the corn blocks out the sun. So they're not going to get very vigorous. These guys will block out. Once I weed these beans, ain't much going to have a chance to kind of grow under it because they're going to take over. They're blocking out the sun. So don't get discouraged your first year on the beds. Just keep doing it. Wait for the second year. And you'll see. You come and dump more compost on there, you're going to be like, wow, man. The only thing going to come up is what you put in there. You get a few weeds, but it won't be like the first year. The first year is always rough. So that's it. I'm out. It's a 40-minute video. It's like a whole TV show. Oh, I got another squirrel this morning. I don't know where he went, but couldn't have went far. I hope he didn't. I'm gonna check on that roof. He fell to the roof and then crawled back up the tree. They got a lizard up there in the tree. And yeah, I've been shooting these squirrels. I ain't gonna lie, it's fun. But squirrels will wreak havoc on your shit, on your garden, just like them birds ate up all my berries. That happens, but these pecan trees here, I'm trying to see if they'll drop something, and they won't have anything if I let these squirrels be. Because these squirrels around here, they're just like anywhere else you've been. It's like infested with squirrels. But I've been getting a squirrel like 3 of them a week. And it helped me with my, my shooting skills. This is good. He woke me up this morning, squawking like he found the kingdom of heaven in this tree. I guess he's saying, ain't no other squirrels around. I'm the king of these trees. See if I can find me a mate. He hawk, hawk, quack, quack. I don't know if you ever heard a squirrel doing that thing. They squawk. Squawk, 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 squawk. He's in the tree squawking away. So I had to let them know this ain't free land. There's no squirrels allowed in my house, or raccoons, or possums. This is a chicken house. Chicken house in the garden. And squirrels, rabbits, possums, and raccoons are not the friend of the homestead. Chicken, birds, doves, blue jays, cardinals, those are my friend. Cats are allowed. No dogs, no foxes, stuff like that. That's how it goes. You know, this is the garden. This is a homestead. This is not nature. If it's nature, it'd just be a forest. And you be eating mushrooms and grass. All right, man. I'm out. Don't sweat your first year on the bed. Take what you get. Add compost. Eliminate the competition. Weed. Same with my little muscadine over there. This was a whole. This whole fence was full of different vines. I fed my plant and I eliminated the competition. There's a few vines around here, but you know the time is limited. So, and always think about the next year. Don't sweat the first year when you get started. Shalom. The quail said hello. You hear him? And the chicken said, "What's up, nigga?" And the turkeys said, "There ain't no goddamn turkey." They said, "You a turkey, turkey." I'm out. Peace.